Hey, what's up? This disciple Marcello Corn Shrain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-America all day, and everybody with him, yeah. So this video going to be about how do the conservative Republicans feel about 40 states in America allowing children to have sex? How do all these conservatives who think, ooh, I do no wrong, ooh, all I do is have tea. Ooh, look at those alcoholics on the corner. Ooh, look how they gangbang. We want to know how you feel about 40 states allowing children to have sex. We want to know how you feel about 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. We want to know how you conservatives, you conservative Republicans, all of y'all, which feels that you're for original America. You're for the proper way of living in America. Well, your proper way through laws, which I'm probably sure it wasn't just Democrats that put it into action, obviously not. It also was Republicans. How do you feel about children being able to have sex in 40 states? What I established in my videos is that either you're an adult or you're a child. So why should adults be having sex with children? What man on earth wants to have sex with a child? That's going to be part of my other slogan in this campaign. What grown man want to have sex by any means with a child? You see what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? You see how I gotta cut all the deception off? Because you got these Americans that they act like bushwhack cool parents, bushwhack cool uncles and aunties. You know, you're almost there. You can go ahead and step out there and shake a tail feather. You're almost there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. When I was your age, I couldn't beat them off with a stick. I was a female version of a Casanova. I was the female version of a Casanova. I was a gigolette. I was a gigoloette. That's the female version of a gigolo, by the way. I was a pimptress. In 40 states has come down to a low level of integrity, just like the bushwhack auntie I described, allowing your children to have sex with adults in 40 states. I want to know how you conservatives, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, Alexandria Cortez. I know you're a Democrat, but you being a politician, you probably have some type of conservative perspectives. Probably, most likely. We want to know how you feel. No, Alexandria Cortez, being that your pictures was down, was it at the border where those guys were making all these sexual rape jokes about memes, having these memes with your likeness and your image showing rape down at the border, these security down at the border in these facilities? You've been targeted with some type of sexual perversion based on that. I want to know how you feel about 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. 40 states. Alexandria, that's unacceptable. You're right here in New York City, where the age of consent for sex is 17. 17 is not the age of an adult. So why do men, fully grown men, want to stick their penis in the vagina of someone who is not an adult. You get it? I don't have a desire to put my penis in someone who is not an adult. I don't have that desire. I don't have it. I like fully grown women. That's a fact. Not halfway where I wouldn't even feel comfortable having sex. How could you feel comfortable having sex with someone how could you feel comfortable? How could you ejaculate knowing you're ejaculating from someone that is under the age of an adult? How can you ejaculate? How can you even get an erection? Man, that's awful. I couldn't get past the fact that they're not an adult. Period. I don't care what age, I don't care what numbers put together, switched around, somersaulting around. I don't care how those numbers are put together. I could not ejaculate having sex with someone that is not an adult. How can you get past it in your mind? How can you get past it in your mind? Sexually feasting on someone who is not an adult. How can you sexually feast on someone who's not an adult? That's the bottom line. The person you're having sex with is not an adult. That human being is not adult. It's one thing for children to mess around because they will. We can't do nothing about it. But for an adult to sit and feast on a child in 40 states, that's allowed. How can you allow this country to go any further? What I suggest you do, all of you who have a problem with this country, I'm giving you what you need. Here's your admission to a rebellion. From all creeds, from all races, from all ethnicities. All of you that have a problem with this country, here it is. I put it on the platter for you. This is the end of this country. You're tired of it, you had enough, here you go. Now what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with this information? You don't need to fight. You don't need to pull any guns. You don't need to go knock somebody out. Although it's tempting at times. You don't need to do any of that. All you need to do is show that in this country, in 40 states, America agrees that a man is cool with sticking his adult penis in a female child in 40 states. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to campaign. That's all you got to do is join this campaign of information about their laws. How can they be mad? How can you be mad? How can the people even that put these laws in place be mad at me? How can you conservatives be mad at me? And how can you conservatives think you're better than me? How can you Republicans think you're better than me when you have 40 states that allow adult men to put their penises in female children's vaginas? How can you think you're better than me? I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about another country. I'm not talking about what other countries do. I'm talking about here and now, right here. Okay? January 2022, we have a curse on the land. The curse on the land is 40 states allows female women to jump on top of a boy penis. A female woman, fully grown woman, A fully grown woman can ride on top of a boy's penis like she's a rodeo woman, like she's riding a horse. She can jump on top of a 16-year-old boy's penis when she is a fully grown woman with a fully grown adult vagina riding up and down on a boy's penis here in America. In 40 states, she can do that. Just in case you think the females ain't taking advantage of it. Just in case you think these women are not taking advantage of it. Oh yeah, they doing it too. Can't leave you out. It ain't just the fellas. Not these days. You got all these women that's sitting around getting weed from vendors, getting medical weed, sitting around smoking on a half ounce of weed, having sex with some young guy that's not a man. She got the weed on the coffee table and they having sex right there in her living room. She's bouncing up and down a fully grown vagina on a young boy's penis. Okay, if you look at the news and you see these teachers, these female teachers, I know y'all see it every once in a while, probably like every 4 months now, something like that. You see female teachers having sex with boy students. Now this is facts. Just in case you think I'm making up all these scenarios that have no tangibility. You've seen it. You've seen teachers having sex with female teachers having sex with boy students, not man students, like college. So you don't think you see that, so you don't think, and they're getting locked up. You don't think that there's some females out there taking full advantage of the laws, the age of consent? They almost didn't catch the teachers that they did catch. So you don't think that there are people that live under the radar that can just point to the age of consent and they never pop up on the news because 40 states allow them to do it? They don't pop up on the news because it's allowed. So because you don't see it, you think it ain't going on. But teachers are popping up on your news. That's going on. Teachers are popping up on your news having sex with the students. That's going on. But you don't think people are taking advantage of these 40 states allowing children to have sex. But they're taking advantage of children that's under that age. But they're not taking advantage of the age of consent. A couple years older. You don't think they're taking advantage of that? See, this campaign is I first got to pull you out of being naive. You don't think it's going on. Ah, come on, you don't think it's going on, do you? You don't think it's going on. Okay, if somebody walks to somebody, let's look at the world that you're living in. Some lady finds, she knows the age of consent. Some man knows the age of consent. He finds children, what we call fast children in the South. Children that's doing everything fast. He finds children with that mindset. He or she finds children with that mindset. They email each other back and forth. They're good as far as the age of consent. They meet when you're not thinking about it. All you see is a child, somebody 16, 17-year-old, which you ain't gonna look at too long because you have no sexual desire for them. So you're gonna glance while they're moving and going into the house of an adult. That's how it happens. You see them, but you don't know what they're doing. You see them, but you don't know they're doing that. That part. Let's look at it like this. If people are getting caught doing illegal activity with children, how do you think they ain't taking advantage of the laws of the age of consent in 40 states? You don't think there's no crowd with all this sexual perversion taking advantage of that? But they're getting locked up. But other people are getting locked up for messing with children. Who Joe Biden mad at, me or the truth? Because Joe Biden ain't talking about it. You know what Joe Biden getting on TV and talking about? Vaccines, anti-vaxxers. That's what they're calling them these days. Anti-vaxxers. Talking about Omicron. When he laid out his plan, what he gonna do? Excuse me. Here I'm talking about anything about changing the laws of the age of consent for sex. See him changing that? Hear him talking about any of that? Hear Kamala Harris talking about it? Do you hear the Biden's administration talking about changing the age of consent for sex that is under 18 in 40 states? Do you hear them talking about it at all? Do you hear any of your favorite news anchors, the Don Lemons of the world, Rachel Maddow, if I'm saying it right. You hear them talking about the age of consent for sex is under the age of 18 in 40 states. You hear Fox News talking about it. You hear Barack Obama has a lot of time on his hand these days. No disrespect. Got a lot of time on his hands. You don't hear him talking about the age of consent in 40 states is under the age of 18, do you? Do you hear Jesse Jackson talking about it? Do you hear Al Sharpton talking about it? You hear any of these rappers that are talking like Lil Boosie, talking about we gotta protect our children? You hear him talking about at the same breath why you want to stop talking about rap and trap? Why you want to stop talking about rap and trap, which what you should stick to? You want to start talking about children. Okay, do you know that 40 states allows children to have sex in America? Oh no, you probably don't want to hear that because you allowed your 16-year-old child to have sex with a fully grown woman, Boosie. What, you mad at me or you mad at the truth? Either people are children or adults. So why should an adult woman be having sex with your child? I don't care what the age is. I don't care how you somersault the age, bruh. I don't care how you season it down and Cajun it down. You from Louisiana. I don't care how much Cajun you put on the age. I don't care how much Cajun seasoning you put on the age, bruh. There's either adults in the world or children in the world. So why should an adult woman be having sex with your child? While you talking about you gotta stand up and protect the children from gay guys like Lil Nas X. Stop playing. Stop playing, bruh. You need to go and harp down because you represent what I'm talking about. 16-year-olds having sex with fully grown adults. That's what you represent. Why are you trying to act like it's better? On the interview, oh, my child was 16. Yeah, that's not an adult. Would you let your 16-year-old daughter, if you had a 16-year-old daughter, would you let her do the same thing? No, you wouldn't. So you're practicing some form of sexism. It's okay for a 16-year-old boy to have sex with an adult, but I guarantee if you had a girl, you'll have a shotgun, or in your case, you probably have an SKS. For guys that don't know what SKS is, for all you guys that are so Americanized, he would have a chopper if his daughter, he had a 16-year-old daughter having sex with a fully grown man. He would have a chopper right there waiting for him. He would have a chopper, a SKS, right there waiting for somebody trying to have sex with his 16-year-old daughter. But you cool with your 16-year-old boy having sex with a fully grown woman. You're cool with that. You ask why the rapper DaBaby, who says he's from Charlotte, which he was born in Cleveland, Ohio, by the way. DaBaby is not born in Charlotte. I'm born in Charlotte. DaBaby's born in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay? By the way. Now, DaBaby, you took time out of your rap schedule, out of your rap trap schedule, to talk at the Rolling Loud Festival about gays doing fellatio in the parking lots. You took time to talk about people that didn't have HIV and AIDS coming to your concerts in the odor of a woman's vagina. You had time to talk about all these different unnecessary things to talk about. Okay? And you're another one that says everybody's not with that gay stuff, okay? But guess what else probably everybody's not with? 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. Why didn't you take time out to talk about that? It seemed like you was on a campaign, like you Donald Trump. Seemed like you was on a campaign, bruh. Why don't you campaign about 40 states allowing adult penises to go into female children's vaginas? Won't you campaign about that? Instead, you want to talk about stuff that's out of your sexual orientation. You know most likely there was no gay people there. So you was targeting somebody. Lil Nas X and others. Probably, most likely. But why don't you target these 40 states that allow adults to have sex with children? Why don't you target that, bruh? You say you're a stand-up guy. Why don't you be a stand-up guy about that? Okay? Why don't you do that? Conservative Republicans. Okay? Back on you. You look so great in your nice suits, your press suits. My grandma used to work at the dry cleaners. She called it pressing suit. She used to say, getting your suit pressed, getting a suit pressed. You got your suits pressed. You look good in your tie. You females got nice blouses on. All you conservatives, you look like you drink tea and biscuits all the time. You look like you drink tea and eat biscuits all the time. Did you know that with all your self-righteous, conservative images that you project on us to make us think that you're basically holy? Did you know that 40 states allows a fully grown man to put his penis in a child in 40 states? Did you know that? Now, sip your tea based on that. Get you some tea. Go ahead. Get your little tea. Bite your biscuit. Bite your biscuit. Don't choke yourself. Don't choke yourself. Okay. You want some tea to sip? There's your tea. 40 states allowing adults to have sex. For all you people that like to sip tea, all you divas in America, oh, you know I can't miss you. Oh, yeah. I'm probably do a whole video for you later. I'm gonna wait till some divas come out for this year. Maybe I'll wait for the divas to come out a little bit. For all you divas, all you certified divas, do you know that it's certified that 40 states allow adult men, to have sex with children in 40 states? You know that's certified. You want some tea to sip? I know you get up every morning and you look at the new tea for all you news media outlets. How come you ain't reporting that? That tea too hot for you, ain't it? That's gonna burn your gums, ain't it? Not your tongue, that's gonna burn your gums. You're gonna look gummy when you get done sipping this tea. Your gum line gonna recede. 40 states allows adult men, adult women to have sex with children in 40 states in America.